Welcome to session 2 of Unit 2nd. I am Dr. Sudarshan P. to present the topic Objectives of Human Resource Planning. In the previous session, I told about the meaning, definition, and features of human resource planning. In this session, we are going to study about human resource planning, objectives of human resource planning. As I said earlier, human resource planning should be made in accordance with the goals of the organization or to achieve the overall objectives of the organization. So, various objectives relating to human resource planning are: point 1, to analyze current workforce or existing human resource in the organization. Point 2, to achieve goals. Any human resource planning is directed towards the achievement of the goals of the organization. Point 3, to promoting employees. To promote employees in their workplace. Point 4, to determine manpower gap. Here manpower gap means the difference between existing human resources and expected human resources in the organization. That too, competent or expert human resource in the organization. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲದ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದೆ, ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, ಅದರ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ, another objective. To provide information to employees about the plan of the organization. To make effective utilization of human resources. So if planning is done correctly, there is no wastage or social loafing of human resource in the organization. Then human resource audit. Next one, to have effective management of change, that is change management. Next one, to use of ensuring use of manpower productively. Next one, helps creating, modifying and recasting human resources policies and procedures and practices. So human resource planning procedures and practices are to be refined every time depending upon the changes in the situation. Now we will have discussion on the points I said in the earlier page. Here, first one, to analyze current workforce. Human resource planning volunteers to assist analyzing the competency of present workforce. That is, the strength and weakness of present workforce can be understood only when if we have human resource planning. Point 2, that is to achieve goals. Human resource planning helps in achieving individual, organizational and national goals. Next one is to promoting employees. The database available provide a comprehensive ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಗ್ರವಾದ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಆರ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯದ ದಾಸ್ತಾನನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆ ಥರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ವಿಚ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್. If you are knowing correct data about the available human resources or comprehensive skill-based employees, then you can take further decisions easily. To determine manpower gap, manpower planning examine the gaps in existing manpower so that a suitable training program may be developed for building specific skills. So it helps to understand the limitations of the existing human resources or skill lacking, and it helps to build specific skills needed to discharge the job of particular employee in the organization. So the gap of skills, present skills, and skills required or expected can be understood. Next one, to develop economy. It is a general objective. At the national level, manpower planning is required for economic development. Next one is to provide information. The information obtained through human resource planning is highly important for identifying surplus and unutilized human resources. So we have to make use of the available human resources effectively in the organization. So we have to make some reforms on the existing system as per the requirement of the achievement of the goal of the organization by analyzing the present business situation. So the mantra for that, as our Prime Minister said, we have to go for innovation in all the respects. That is, perform, reform, then transform. Is always based on proper human resource planning. Next, to make effective utilization of resources. Planning for human resources is the main responsibility of management to ensure effective utilization of present and future manpower of the organization. That is timely available, and the available resources of human resources should be utilized for the optimum level so that there will be neither surplus of human resources nor shortage of human resources in the organization, either in the short term or long term. Next one is to forecast human resource requirements. Any planning always based on forecasting. So human resource planning help us to determine the future human resources requirements of the organization. So normally we are having some insight about the future human resource requirements of the organization, and we can start a recruitment process if it is absolutely necessary for the organization. Next one is human resource audit. Human resource planning process is comprised of estimating the future needs, and determining the present supply of manpower or resources, human resources. So it helps us to have an audit about the existing human resources in the organization. Next, 10th one, effective management of change. Proper planning is required to cope with the changes in the market conditions, technology, products, and government regulations in an effective way. So to make or to cope with changes in the business environment, proper planning of human resources is necessary. Next one is use of manpower productively. So by keeping an inventory of existing personnel in the organization by skill level, training, education qualification, work experience, etc., we can make use the available manpower or human resources very productively, effectively, and efficiently. Next is help in creating, modifying, and recasting human resources. Modifying and Forecasting human resources policies, procedures, and practices. Human resources helps planning helps to create or modify human resources policies, procedures, and practices to align the demand and supply of human resources, resource talent in the organization. We have to have such kind of balance by having clear human resource policies, procedures, and practice. But for that, base is human resource planning. Okay, with this, we are concluding this session. Thank you for being with me.